Good afternoon, everyone. With the brutally cold winter, record snows, record cold temperatures that swept through most of the United States, you would only expect that crop planting would be behind because of flooded fields, frozen ground. A look around through the agricultural news, 31% of the entire winter wheat crop, poor condition, damaged. AgWeb has a full roundup describing this planting season in North Dakota and the entire Midwest as Frozen, the movie. Look how low the planting is for corn already, only 2% of the corn in Ohio. Push on every commodity price here, corn, soybeans, wheat, all up for September 2015 and 16 delivery instantly over the last month. And if you think we're alone, South Africa and Australia also getting hit right now. South Africa down 26%. And as we already know, this winter was one for the history books across most of the United States and Canada in terms of cold and snow records being broken. The western part of the United States is incredibly dry. When you look at the temperature differences here, 24 degrees below normal temperatures across areas where corn and other types of our food staples are grown. And this is what occurred in early April, snow depths pushing 1.5 feet coming in so late in the season. And I'll reference even in Saskatchewan and Saskatoon, they had record snows of 1 foot just a couple days ago. These are major crop growing areas. A couple images here of the heavy wet snow that was also experienced in October. A look at some of the farming conditions. The amount of snow still on the ground. This is actually from a cab of somebody tilling their fields in the snow. And when farmers try to till the fields in these conditions, you can't actually tell me that seeds are going to grow with snow still on top of the ground like this. As you would expect, a push on the commodities prices. Let's take a look at corn, soybeans, and wheat. This is just for the 2015 delivery contracts. 2016 is also up, as well as long 2019 December. I jumped over to AgWeb, took a look at the corn planting map to see the percentages of crop in the ground. Ohio 2%, Pennsylvania 2%, Michigan 2%, North Dakota 3%. This is far, far behind. 4 weeks behind actually. So if it's already a month behind now and the crops are not still in the ground because it's so cold and moist, imagine when the snows start early coming up this next autumn, the growing season is going to be substantially shorter. Spring wheat as well, difficulties in planting. In the west, it's due to dry conditions. In Minnesota, due to cold conditions. And when we do take a look at the winter wheat crop, 31% is damaged. 43% is in fair condition, which means lower prices for the farmers. Would you want to buy damaged, moldy, wet, immature wheat? Or would you want to buy something that's of quality? So there's a 24 to 25% quality yield this year, which means 75% of the rest of it is substandard production. Look at the cotton planting map as well. Wet, soggy fields in the southeast United States going down through Texas over to South Carolina. AgWeb, let's run down a few of these on the ground reports. I pulled up the newest entries from today. Montana, what looked like a promising year is diminishing at a very rapid rate. North Dakota, Frozen. As a movie title, that should be best described as this year's planting season. And the entries continue. We still have 10 days left to sit in the cab. Pennsylvania, 4 weeks behind. Vermont, spring just does not want to come here. Light snow last night. Out in Utah, lack of water, wind blowing everywhere, water restrictions. North Carolina, 40% planted of corn is laughable. The only way they could get this if 50% of the actual planting area has been diminished. Iowa, probably 25% done out of 100%. That's 75% behind. And notice in North Dakota, they're actually having to switch crops now to barley, and there's a pull on barley seeds. There's none left. They can't even find enough barley seed to plant any longer. The farmers know what's going on, so they're switching crops already. Iowa again, so much rain, no corn yet. 2 to 3 inches of powder, snow powder in South Dakota. And AgWeb does a really nice job. They have a virtual wheat tour which takes you around just the wheat crop in the United States. Look at this, Nebraska, worst winter kill ever. Whole fields and not many with damage, which means to me that most are damaged. And if we come down to March 20th, substantial amount of winter kill to the wheat in this area. And don't think we're alone either. In the United States, South Africa lost 26% of its corn production. And if we take a simple look through history here, you notice that these minimums come on regular intervals, declines in temperature, a reconstruction map of the Little Ice Age from the 1600s. Look exactly where the dark blue boxes are, how cold it is, matching up with today's temperatures. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. If you like the information, please subscribe to my channel, Adapt 2030.